This is Duke University.
Each quarter, Duke University and CFO Magazine survey CFOs from around the world, and we ask them how things are going at their companies, what the economic outlook is, and the business situation they face. And then we aggregate what the CFOs say in a given country or region of the world, and it gives us a really good sense of where that region is heading over the next year. This quarter, we focused in the United States on minimum wage. There's been a lot of talk of increasing the minimum wage, and in particular, a $10 per hour minimum wage has been kind of thrown out there. So we wanted to find out whether that would affect companies, and if so, how much. Not surprisingly, 3 industries in particular say a $10 minimum wage would significantly reduce hiring: service industry, retail industry, and manufacturing. And in particular, half of the retail companies said a minimum wage of $10 per hour would cause them to reduce hiring. And about a third of the service and manufacturing firms said that they would reduce hiring if they had to face $10 an hour minimum wage. One surprising thing about our minimum wage investigation was that we found that there might be a little room to increase the wage without negatively affecting employment. So we asked CFOs, what if the minimum wage were to increase to $8.50 per hour? Now, only about 1 in 10 service, retail, or manufacturing companies say that they would reduce hiring significantly because of that. So it looks like there's some room here where businesses can accommodate a modest increase in minimum wage without a significant negative effect on the number of people employed. We asked CFOs around the globe, do you think there's a real estate bubble in your country? And if so, do you think it might burst in the next year? The United States, not so much. Only 16% of companies said, yes, we think there's a real estate bubble. Africa, the low number, said real estate bubble. Europe, 30% maybe said real estate bubble. So this is not so bad. But the real action is in China. 90% of Chinese CFOs say that they think there's a real estate bubble. And about a third of Chinese CFOs say they think that bubble will burst in 2014. So this is a big worry, because if the Chinese housing market and commercial real estate market were to plummet, that's going to have spillover effects for China's trading partners and other regional economies in Asia. It's pretty well known right now that the Federal Reserve Bank is pulling back on quantitative easing and scaling back on monetary policy in general, which likely will lead to higher interest rates in the United States. So CFOs recognize that. On average, U.S. CFOs think their borrowing costs will go up by about 1 percentage point by the end of the year. Now, what we really want to know, though, is that going to be a problem? Is that going to, cause some harm to the companies? And here's where the good news comes in, is probably not. The vast majority of companies say they can easily handle 1%. In fact, it would take about a 3% increase in interest rates before they would start pulling back on employment and capital spending. So this is really good, because it means the Fed has a little bit of room to work with before they have to be concerned about pushing interest rates too high. Looking around the world, things are looking up a little bit in the US, looking up in Europe, looking up a little bit in Asia even compared to last quarter. Latin America, things have come down a little bit, and in South Africa, things have actually come down a little bit more. But over the globe, things are looking up a little bit for 2014, so we're encouraged. Many more results you can look at from around the globe out there at cfosurvey.org.